Here's another battle video where I'm testing out my Hydreigon Darkrai deck and in preparation for some of the city championships. So I'm playing up against a version of Zekeels, and there we go. Sorry about it, I didn't realize it took so long to get the game actually started. Looks like we're both going to mulligan, or actually, no, just me. I'm going to mulligan for a few times, which is gonna really hurt, give my opponent a really nice advantage, being able to draw 2 extra cards at the beginning of his turn. I start with a lone Deano, and honestly my hand doesn't look that great. Definitely don't want to Juniper away a Hydreigon, and looks like well, I win the coin flip, and yeah, facing double Zekrom, so I'm assuming it's definitely a Zeal variant. Do I go for a Sableye, Junk Hunt, or do I just go for another Deano? Looks like I'm going to go for a Sableye. I'm going to attach one of those Dark to my active, so if I can get a Darkrai off this Juniper, I can, and a Dark Patch, I can retreat. So, didn't quite happen. I got the Dark Patch, but no Darkrai. So I'm going to level ball for another Deano, and just make sure that if I have a chance at going for a turn 2 Hydreigon next turn, I can. And I'm going to headbutt him for a whole 10. And now my hand is kind of ugly. I really need to... Now, I mean, what's Deano's retreat? I guess technically I could have retreated and junk hunted, but yeah, without the... I have a feeling... No, it does have a 2 retreat cost, so I would have had to have the Darkrai. Luckily, though, he ends me, and that is very, very good on my side, since I wasn't going to be able to draw much with that Bianca, and I really need a Darkrai. So he gets a Tynamo and a Mewtwo already. He level balls for another Tynamo, pulls out a Tornadus, and is able to outrage me for 30. So, this is an interesting one. I have a feeling I'm just going to burn my hand down and Juniper. Ultra Ball will definitely be able to get me into some of these Darkrai's. I'm going to throw out a Bianca and a Super Rod, get a Darkrai out, and then we're going to get rid of a Dark and an Eviolite to get, do I want a Zweilous? Do I have a Zweilous? This is an older version of the deck where I don't think I run computer search. Actually, I wonder where this video came from. This is an older one. And unfortunately, I was trying to look at the playmat, and it ended up failing the Ultra Ball. So that's a little frustrating. And hopefully won't hurt me too much later on in the game. But, yeah, wasting an Ultra Ball like that this early on is not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. So I'm going to attach to Darkrai, I'm going to level ball, and yeah, no Zweilous, so I'm going to have to go with a second Sableye. And so this is an outdated version, so this is, I don't have a third Hydreigon, I don't have computer search, I don't have Skyla, so this is actually probably a really, really old deck video, or battle video, before I was actually really preparing for City Championships. I remember trading for the cards I needed to be able to get my City Championship deck so that I, was actually playtesting with viable cards. So I junk hunted for, what did I junk hunt for? Super Rod and a Dart Patch. Is that what I did? I know I at least got the Dart Patch back. But he ends me, gets into a double electric, which, ouch. But misses, but doesn't have another well, no, this is his second turn, so he attached a DCE. He ends up just outraging me for 30. I'm able to attach and Dart Patch to get my Darkrai fully loaded. Problem is I don't have the Hydreigon. I don't want to max potion with, yeah, I don't want to waste max potions on something that's only 30. So chances are I'm going to end and hope I can get into that that rare candy Hydreigon combination. Now, I'm going to retreat first and get back to that Darkrai. And yeah, there's really no reason to waste that max potion. So, awesome, there it is. Rare candy Hydreigon. And, even my opponent says nice. So I'm tempted to play that Mewtwo down just to intimidate his Mewtwo a little bit so he's not, doesn't start resorting to, knock me, or try and knock me out. I don't know what that was. I moved the blend onto the Hydreigon, but I moved it onto a... Oh, I see. I moved a Dark off of the Deano onto the Hydreigon, and then moved the blend back onto the Hydreigon, or sorry, moved Dark off Deano up to Darkrai, moved blend off Darkrai back to Hydreigon, spread my energy out a little bit. Probably should have moved the Dart from the damaged Sableye to the fresh Sableye, but that's probably not going to be something that is really going to cost me anything. Oh, and here's where I tell him about my failed Ultra Ball in the corner. So I end up just hitting him for, since I don't have a catcher, I can't one-shot him, so I just end up hitting him for 90 and doing 30 to an eel. That does mean that his Outrage is going to be much more powerful. But I'm hoping that since I haven't used a Max Potion yet, I'll be able to end myself into one next turn, and that damage really won't be really a big deal. So, looks like he random receivers and gets a Juniper. And does he want to Juniper away 5 other cards? It's hard to tell what he has in his hand. He doesn't have, well, he attached another DCE to Tornadus, but he doesn't have a Stadium in play to be able to blow through. So he uses another random receiver, hits an N this time. I have a feeling he's going to want to play that N, since he double random receivered. Yeah, he must have some good stuff in his deck that he does not want to just throw away. And I'm more than happy for a fresh hand, too. He hits me pretty hard for Outrage. It would do 120. I have one Max Potion in the discard pile, and I didn't hit one on N, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out what, I was really hoping that N would have hit into a, Max Potion. I'm going to have to just N back and hope I hit a Max Potion. Yes, I hit the Max Potion. So, let's Dark Trans all that energy off of that Darkrai, and then heal it up. So, that Hydreigon's looking kind of powerful right now. But yeah, all that energy definitely won't stay on for very long. And now, do I have a catcher in hand? I do. So I'm going to catcher up a fresh eel and get a double knockout with, by knocking out the electric with my Night Spear, and then hitting that Zekrom, that damaged Zekrom on the bench to be able to knock that out as well. Take 2 prizes and take out half of his energy acceleration, as well as 2 of his energy on the field, one of them being a DCE. So feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to play. I know I don't really want to have 3 Sableye on the bench if this is my deck that runs 3 Sableye. And I also really don't have as well as it's prized, so level balling would just pretty much burn it. I end up random receivering just to get one into the discard pile in case he ends me down to nothing. And I do Night Spear to take the double knockout. And let's see what my prizes are. And this really puts him in a very awkward position. I have really very little damage on the field. He was able to get some early outrages, but not enough to knock me out. And by not wasting those the Max Potion on the Deano or the Sableye, I was able to save it for later, and save it for something very, obviously, more important. So he puts up a Mewtwo, which is an interesting choice. However, he doesn't have anything with Free Retreat. So he puts back the Electric line, and I believe a Zekrom? Puts down a Zekrom, is going to level ball for a Tynamo, I'm sure. And, yep, there's a Tynamo. And, oh, okay, he has a switch, so that's why he wasn't afraid to put up that Mewtwo. And he's going to be able to Power Blast me for 100. But first he ends me. Very smart, gets his hand up, my hand down, which actually end up helping me. So that Ultra Ball is going to get me into a second Darkrai, as well as that random receiver is going to get me into a supporter. So I'm feeling really good right now. Oh, but now here's a question. Do I play down the Mewtwo to counter his Mewtwo? Probably be safer just to discard it with the whole Ultra Ball and go for a second Darkrai. Looks like that's what I'm going to do. And, yep, get one of those Darkrai's out. Attach the energy, and let's random receiver. Hope I hit a Juniper. That'd be perfect. N would be alright, but Juniper, alright. So we hit an N. Better than nothing. We'll go ahead and N. And unfortunately, no max potion. Now I've used 2, which means that unless it's prize, I only have 1 more left in the deck. I may want to junk hunt here and just sacrifice a Sableye, but get the max potions back. Let's see. Nope, it looks like I ought to just continue to put on the pressure. And, now I do want to, I want to Dark Trans some of that energy around so that I'm not losing all my energy on the board if he does have the catcher to knock out that Darkrai. So I end up doing Night Spear with a fresh Darkrai, 90 to the Tornadus, and another 30 to the Eel, which means that another Night Spear will be able to knock out that Eel next turn, and he has the catcher. So that was kind of expected, which is why I only left 1 energy on it. Figure whatever he captured up, he'd be able to take 1 energy off the field. So, yeah, but takes out that Darkrai. Probably should move that other energy to the Deano, but it's not a big loss. I still have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy on the field, and there's the max potion. Really? So I play down another Darkrai, and he was able to take the 2 prizes, but I'm going to be able to take 3 in this turn. So I Night Spear, hit the Electric on the bench, again take out his Energy Acceleration, and take out the Tornadus for, 3 prizes total. That's going to bring me down to 1 prize, and he's really going to have to come up with some magic to be able to hang in here. With that max potion in my hand, he's going to have to one-shot something, and one-shot something big. And now I've got a fresh hand. He's going to have the end to bring me down to 1 if he's going to really have a chance at staying alive here. Yeah, I don't really see what he could do. He could go aggro Mewtwo maybe, and well, I have the catcher in hand. He would have to end me, as well as focus on the Mewtwo. Lots of good stuff in my discard pile. Looks like he's going to switch to an Electric to be able to Dynamotor onto that Zekrom. Switch back and puts down a Dynamo and a Zekrom, and he doesn't have the end. He has a Juniper. I just don't know if he's... Yeah, I don't think there's really anything he can do. He had to end me and get that catcher out of my hand. But I still say this was an interesting game. I'd still say this was even though I had a pretty good start and was able to get stuff going early on, messing up on that Ultra Ball, hitting okay rather than return when I wanted to see the playmat, could have really hurt me early on. Double mulliganing early in the game and allowing him to draw 2 extra cards, that also could have really hurt me. But the Darkrai Hydreigon match typically does have a very strong advantage against Eel Tornadus. Tornadus being weak to lightning, for one thing. Or, I don't know why I just said that. I was thinking of a completely different mirror match. No, just really, it's mostly the electrics. The fact that I can catch her up an eel and be spreading damage on another eel and just take out your energy acceleration very easily. With Zekrom, if you want to hit me with Bolt Strike for 120, you do 40 to yourself, which puts me, means I can just come back and one-shot you. And unless you have a lot of energy on the field, or not a lot of energy, a lot of electric to be able to get that energy back onto the field, that's really going to slow you down. So you really have to have some good luck there. Looks like he's going to just take out 1 more card. He's going to take 1 more prize by taking out a Sableye, bringing it 3 prizes to 1. So just kind of to make himself feel better. And I'm going to take it on the Dynamo. So capture up a Dynamo just to show him that he would have had to have the N, and that's the game. So thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more battle videos coming up.